Mr. Minister. I wish to thank the people who follow the conference remotely online, and I believe that quite a few. I wish to thank for this invitation, especially Yanis Balakakis, the whole AgriBusiness team. I believe that such discussions, such interventions, such events should take place in order for people to be able to discuss and see things together regarding the agro sector, to be able to talk about new interventions, new actions, new things that take place, and of course to be able to work towards the same objective. In other words, to have the sole productive part of the economy in a new journey towards growth. Today I will talk about innovation, about ELGA, which, believe it or not, is the most innovative agricultural insurance organization in Greece and in the world, because it is the sole state insurance organization in the world. Farmers are obliged to be insured in the agricultural insurance organization. It is a unique insurance organization that works in prevention of a destruction, of a catastrophe, of a crisis. We are here, in other words, to proactively support farmers. In the agricultural insurance organization, we have also agronomists who follow after an event and can see what is the extent of the catastrophe, and these agronomists are once again unique people all over the world. We also have meteorologists. We have the CHEMET, the Center for Meteorological Studies. And the only protection against hail via air and state-wise, it's been offered in Greece. So we're talking about an organization which has a great importance for the farm sector, especially today that we talk about the whole problems. And of course, it is a trustworthy organization. Maybe this might seem quite difficult, despite people that have problems with ELGA. We discuss all these things, but allow me to say that no one has ever thought that he can put aside the output of this particular institution. And as I will say, we have seen that it has been working with other institutions for its trustworthiness to be able to contribute to the management of other disasters. So what is ELGA? What is the Hellenic Agricultural Insurance Organization? So, as we know, we are an organization, I'm not going to get into the details of the organization. The new ELGA now works according to the new law of 88. So today the ELGA works under the law 3877 of 2010. Now in this new ELGA, in this new Hellenic Agricultural Insurance Organization, the main partner in its finances, ELGA works with the contribution of Greek farmers. In other words, it belongs to the Greek producer, the Greek farmer. And of course, 20% of the contributions that the state should offer to this organization is still there. So it is important to understand how we work the last 2 or 3 years when we manage ELGA. This is a different structures, a different director of insurance, director of studies, management director, director of finance, director of ICT, and we have different branches in the different Greek regions who have another role against the insurance one. They also play a societal role. So what are the challenges? What are the things that our organization shall face in the future? So one of the questions is how rapidly, and everyone says that we need to do more, is how rapidly we are in a position to assess a disaster that took place. And of course, how rapidly we manage to provide the appropriate money to the producer in order to be able to survive and of course reinvest, because this is our mission, to help the farmer to reinvest and of course survive. Trustworthiness and of course justice. So what we offer as results how they can be corroborated that they're correct ones. In other words, how a producer can see, can think, and understand whether what we offer are real, are tangible, and they truly depict the actual disaster, climate crisis. Well, I'm a physicist, I'm not going to talk about climate crisis. So this climate crisis evolves via phenomena that used to take place very frequently nowadays. So we have seen such problems in the past, and of course they have their own brand names. So what about the sustainability of ELGA? So you will see the figures afterwards to see what I'm actually talking about. And of course, efficiency of its human resources. In other words, as a so-called public administration, public organization, we have problems with, in terms of the people working. We cannot have new people. We try to find solutions in order to be able to identify solutions. So let's hear the 5-year overview of the different challenges. Allow me just to say, on the left-hand side of my slide, you can actually see the income of the insurance activities for 2021. Still, 2021 has not yet closed, so we first do the declaration of insurance, then we have the disasters, and then we pay via the contribution. So that is why we do not reward farmers rapidly. So I need to say that there is an extension, and there's going to be probably a second one or an additional one. So it seems that 160, 170 million are the contributions by farmers on an annual basis. Now, as far as disasters are concerned, it seems that it goes beyond the budget of the institution. So especially they have more than double, so we need an institution that should be in a position, via its income, to be able to cover the compensations that unfortunately were more than double. And of course you see that we always exceeded the budget. But the order we got from Kyriakos Mitsotakis and for the Ministry of Agriculture was to be able to compensate every single euro to any given farmer, which means that this government, and of course there are significant data that corroborate this event. So the previous government, no 20% of social contributions were not dispersed. So today's government, the New Democracy government, every year since year one, gives 30 million for the operational cost of the organization, and for previous years we were able to cover to the last euro all the compensation to farmers. So we need to understand that during the negotiations, discussions, and with the effort by the president of Mr. Likourentzos, and of course all of us, so we need to see things differently. Farmers understand that this volume of compensation means twice, triple work on the field, and all these disasters, Zorbas, Lianos, hail in 2021, which was not an urgent need because we didn't have the appropriate structures, but as a figure of compensation it was double, triple against others. So, and as volume of business, that was a lot of work. So in special programs, like for example that, for the first time we have money that is given beforehand. So we need an immediate support to local economy, that in these cases there was this preemptive approach, and via decision of Prime Minister, money was given in advance as cash payment to support farmers. So if you visit the areas where all this take place, all these things took place, how this money was dispersed in advance, and people had to restructure their arable land and open once again the business. That was very important for that particular region. So via these disasters, we also have the state support. With the support of Christos Triadopoulos, we created Lianos. So whenever the state intervenes in questions that the organization could not deliver a solution rapidly, there was this new state institution that was implemented in fires, in forest fires, etc. So we managed to cover also that need, and I need to thank the people of ELGA, the scientists, agronomists, and all of its structure that in a rapid manner, in just 4 months, in Lianos, we managed to deliver the studies, the overview of what happened with hail, immediate money that was given to people who suffered from the fires, and of course ELGA is utilized to deliver results. But of course this is evolving, this is continuing, so the question is what we'll do in the actual future. First of all, when we started managing, I have just 2 minutes. As a new management of the ELGA, me and myself and Mr. Likouretsos, we worked on many different plans. First of all, we need to alleviate the problems of the citizens on a daily basis, and especially farmers, I mean. The second axis was to be able to restructure the organization, to transform the organization to the new digital era. Since the 80s, few things have changed in ELGA. How it assesses things, how it delivers results, how things take place, how the whole processes regarding compensation are structured. So we planified the digital assessment. We collaborated with Mr. Pierakakis. And of course, we include this in the current EU funding. But of course, we need to work in a more rapid way in order to be able to include all the steps of preparation for the bids, and we expect that the call for a process where assessments and our assessors will be able to use all the digital tools in order to provide rapid outcome, rapid results and rapid assessments, and of course a digital file for each disaster, so the producer can come, ourselves, local authorities, and see tangibly what happened in an area. So we'll go even more rapidly, says the speaker. Well, of course, this new organogram, new people, trained personnel, new specialties, people from the ICT divisions who can support this project, reinforcement of the different branches, reinforcement of the whole structure of the organization in order to be able to deliver such results. Of course, challenges are multiple because we have disasters ahead of us, and unfortunately we need to see things differently as far as the sustainability of the organization and see how our organization can sustain against the contributions that farmers offer every year. So we need to see how we can find new ways to finance the agricultural insurance sector in order for the farmer to be sure that if a disaster occurs, he will get the appropriate compensation. Yes, I know I'm out of time. And of course, this is not a condition sine qua non in other EU countries, because we visited a few months ago in Saint-Emilion in France, in Bordeaux, where the best wines are produced, because we want to see the new anti-hail infrastructure, devices, and innovation that are used in France, in Bordeaux. Well, people there in Bordeaux who cultivate wines, and so that the value is 1 million per stream, they saw insurance. We do not have any kind of insurance because no private insurance company is willing to take the risk to insure such a very expensive land. So your anti-hail system that you use, the land ones, well, we finance them by ourselves to be able to protect ourselves from hail. So after that visit, we came back with the agricultural chamber of Lyon, and they wanted to have a teleconference 15 days after our visit to discuss things together and explain how the Hellenic Agricultural Insurance Organization works, because they wanted to, let's say, mimic the model. So allow me to wrap up by saying the following: there are many things that can be done. So this anarchy in insurance should stop. We cannot anymore insure and of course support any kind of cultivation. We cannot insure cultures that and farms that have the recent year. We cannot cover people who do not pay their premiums. So as I'm out of time, So allow me to reiterate that it's a great chance and opportunity for the Greek farmer, and I'm saying that not as a Vice President of ELGA, that ELGA exists under these conditions of climate crisis. Thank you very much.